All right, welcome to today's Spotlight. Today we have a gorgeous 2023 Aston Martin Vantage. This is the F1 edition car, 528 horsepower, 4-liter V8 strapped to an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. Beautiful GT car. These are great long road trip cars. We'll get into that some more. And big shout out to Rota Exclusive for letting us have a look at this, this beauty today. You can see some more of their fleet behind us here. They are a members only private club here based in Edmonton. And by being part of that club, you gain access to all of their assets. So for more info on what Rota is and what they have to offer, click the link in the description. So having a look over this car, just at first glance, obviously the styling on these is tremendous. The extensive amount of aero, all of the extra carbon bits, there's carbon everywhere on this car. You've got carbon vents on the hood, there's carbon active vents for the braking system on the side fenders here. You've got carbon mirrors, carbon roof, carbon, like it's just everywhere. Being an F1 car, F1 edition car, rightfully so, it's finished in Aston Martin Racing Green, and this color is stunning. In the lights that we have over us right now, it looks almost a little bit darker, but once you get it in direct sunlight, it pops like crazy. Beautiful, beautiful color. Just the finishings in general on this are gorgeous. It is just an all-around beautifully designed car. Something really unique with these cars as well is that they incorporate Aston Martin's swan door. So they come up at about a 10-degree angle or so. So they're not directly out to the side. They've got a little bit of an angled lift to them. Really adds a lot more dimension to it and ease of entering and exiting the vehicle.
Around the back of the Aston, we see this gorgeous wing for the F1 edition. Of course, the beautiful diffuser as well looks super cool on this car. Of course, it frames those exhaust tips as well. It's got the, of course, multi-mode exhaust. So of course it goes nice and quiet when you need it quiet, and also goes loud when you want to be nice and obnoxious, or show that you're really driving an Aston, because that's one of the things that they've always been known for, is just having that excellent sound. Of course you see that back in the DB9s with that amazing V12, and then even the V8 Vantages. They're just known for that. This car is just the same with that AMG V8 and that incredible exhaust that these have. You can also see the tail lights are actually really cool. They're individual LEDs all the way through, and they got these little slats in there. It just looks really cool when they light up. And of course, like any other sports car like this, of course, it's got a nice staggered setup on it. It's got 295 30 21-inch tires on the back, and then on the front it's got 255 35 21s. It's actually nice. The tires sit fairly flush with the fender. It looks right. It doesn't look like they need to come out at all to really suit the car and really do the car justice with all the curves and everything it has. Looking at the interior, the first things that I notice is how much leather is on the dash and how much Alcantara is actually in here. There's so much. The steering wheel is lined with it. It's got the leather on top. Of course, the dash is leather. It's got the nice Alcantara on top of the instrument cluster, Alcantara seats, center console, bottom of the dash here. It's everywhere. And then it's highlighted with this beautiful carbon fiber we've got in the center here, around the air vents, in the center console here too. It's in the right places. It's not too much carbon fiber in my opinion. Surprisingly, the headliner is actually not Alcantara. It is just a normal cloth from what I can tell here, just from feeling it. The other thing I forgot to mention about the steering wheel is it is actually kind of a square steering wheel. So it's not your average round wheel. So it's kind of rounded here, and then you've got the flat bottom, and it's kind of rounded up top, but it's actually very square all the way around. You've got access to the nice paddle shifters up here. They are quite large, bigger than most paddle shifters, and this is definitely tying into the kind of that F1 feel, right? Just being an F1 edition car. Looking down at the center console here, one of the things you might notice, if you can see in the video, is it actually has stolen something else from Mercedes, not just the engine. It has this control with the little touchpad here, so you can control a lot of the system up here just by using this. So you can go through nav, radio, media, all just from this little touchpad. if that is a little bit too difficult, I find it to be a little bit difficult at times. You still have the knob below it that can still control everything that you need to up here, and it is a little bit easier, but you still have the option of using this and selecting functions and going through. The other thing is, because the screen is up here, all your controls for the radio, nav, everything is actually down here as well. So you can control your cameras, your radio, media, telephone, and nav right here. And then right above that, there is, of course, for your start-stop functions, which I think most people would probably turn off in this. And then there's some other audio functions here too, which I find kind of strange. They didn't bunch everything together. They've got your telephone, nav, and then your start-stop button, and then your mute button here, and then your traction control off. I don't know why they didn't have these switched, but that's okay, I guess. Down here, it does of course have the nice F1 edition badge, and it's got your shifter, so park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then of course your engine start, stop. This car does also have heated seats, just a nice little feature there. The buttons are just on either side of the whole center console, and I accidentally just turned on the passenger side one, which we don't need today because it is very warm where we are. The seat controls, being a kind of a Mercedes-based car, one of the things that they usually do is they put them up on the door panels. They have a very similar setup. They do look very different from Mercedes, but they actually put them down on each side of the center console, which I do actually like. It is a little bit easier to use if you're already touching anything over here. So one of the things I notice almost immediately is just how sharp this car feels, even just pulling out of the lot, getting on some roads, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like the steering is really tight. Like just watching you move the steering wheel, just a hair. Oh yeah. Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, and it's got like really nice feedback, but not too much.
Yeah.
Like it just feels good.
So right now in sport mode, but there's also sport plus and then full-blown track mode.
Yeah, and so the sport mode button is actually on the right side of the steering wheel, and the suspension damper is on the left side. So if you just leave it normally, it stays in sport mode. And then if you press it again, it goes in sport plus. And then if you want to go completely bonkers, you press it again, it goes into track mode, and the whole display goes red.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. We're gonna start in Sport Plus, and then I'll kick it over to track mode in a minute here.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
Yeah, that holy cow, that pulse cut. I was ready, but I wasn't ready. That's wow.
Oh, just hear that exhaust.
Oh, that sounds so good.
That's incredible.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Man, that pulls great. It's so smooth.
So we can give ourselves a little bit of room.
A little bit of room, yeah, too much traffic. I'm surprised how quick the shifts are too. For this isn't a dual clutch, and like a dual clutch transmission, but the shifts are lightning quick, like very, very fast. And you're using the paddle shifters too, are you not?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So it's like, usually there's like, I'm watching, and usually there's like a pretty significant amount of delay generally with a non-dual clutch or single clutch setup, like with an E-gear. But this, it's instantaneous. It's crazy.
Yeah, shifts really, really fast. Okay, this picks up really quick.
This is crazy. Oh yeah. Oh, there's that downshift. That crackle. You get the crackling going on.
That's quick.
That's crazy.
I like that. And paired with that transmission.
Holy cow, yeah.
I didn't, like, obviously I know the ZF 8-speed performs extremely well, but it's not necessarily as snappy as a dual clutch transmission.
Yeah, but this is like, it may as well be. If you told me this was a dual clutch, I'd be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a blast.
Yeah.
The best part of cars like this, and Aston does such a good job of this and always has, is that they develop a car that is something that you could really just daily drive, but that you can really hoon on to when you feel like it and just really get on it and have a great time. And it feels like it's a car that shouldn't be daily drivable, but it is.
So I'm going to put her in track mode now.
All right.
And let's see how this performs. You notice
those downshifts too, the rev matching.
I was just going to say that that downshift, did you notice that little bit of crackle to it?
Yeah, the little burble crackle pop. That's how you know it's an AMG V8 too. Get those like really snappy, crackly noises. And what a comfortable car, just all around. Tons of legroom, like in the passenger seat. I got a ton of legroom.
Yeah, this is great. Like I could comfortably go on a road trip in this.
Yeah.
No problems. It's got lots of trunk space. One of the things that was actually mentioned about these cars, so 2023, they updated the suspension, the dampers, made things a little bit stiffer. And I guess for most people, you wouldn't necessarily notice that much. And if you did, you were probably just like really, really in tune with the car. And of course, those updates also go alongside the power upgrades, right?
Right. Yeah, and the power delivery is crazy linear. Again, another turbocharged car that you would not think is turbocharged just by how the power is delivered. Gosh, the braking too. Braking is really on point. I mean, the rotors on this thing are massive. This doesn't have the carbon ceramic package, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the stopping power is unreal. This car feels so light on its feet for being so big. Like, it's a relatively large vehicle, and it's still just, it feels so light.
I'm really impressed with just how precise this car feels.
Yeah. Well engineered. Very well engineered.
This car is legitimately fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's only 528 horsepower.
Yeah, only. Yeah.
And it's weird to think of that because we've driven some legitimately quick cars that are...
Well, they have big horsepower numbers.
Yeah, they've got big horsepower numbers, and they don't feel as quick as this. All right, now we've got Tanner driving. Are you ready?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm worried I've got to hold this camera well enough.
Yeah, those shifts are like, boom, so fast. All right, let's do a little. Oh! Yeah, that's beautiful. Ah, yeah, and like you can't beat that. I don't know if you can, if the mic is picking it up as well in here, but the downshifts are delicious. That's insane. That is insane. I can't get over how fast the shifts are for not being a dual clutch transmission. I keep harping on this. It's ridiculous, but like, oh my God, this is so much fun.
This is a ridiculously good car.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, I just feel so confident behind it, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing about it that feels sketchy or unstable or anything. At any speed, it's just, it just feels so well built. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I've driven some pretty quick stuff, but this is definitely up there. I can't believe the power delivery. Wow. Unbelievable.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is really good.
This is, yeah. like I said, huge contender, I would say, for some very flagship supercars in this price range. This is incredible value. Incredible value. And what a blast, like just overall. Yeah, and this car is one of quite a few in Rota's lineup. And it's not just cars. Rota is not just cars. It's an entire lifestyle experience. They have an RV that's fully equipped for everything. You can just get in and go. The beauty of it is that if you're a member, you just, it's a text, everything's a text away. Hey, I want to take the Aston Marin out for a drive. Just go pick it up, you know? It's that easy. Just to be able to experience stuff like this whenever you want, it really doesn't get any better.
Yeah, and worst case with Rota, say a car is already booked out, say it's already out, someone else has it in the membership group. Well, they've got other assets too. Mm-hmm. So worst case, maybe you end up in a Huracan. Yep. Or
a Ferrari. or
you know,
yeah.
there's other options here.
Yeah.
You know, they've also got a GT3 RS. Yeah, so there's so many different options that are available in the Rota exclusive lifestyle.
Yep. Yeah, and properties, they have, like, it is such a cool thing. Like I said, for more information on all of this, check out the link in the description. We'll be doing some more of these with Rota here in the future. Am I going the right way? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, ready, here we go. Yeah, so with the AC on, there's no loss of power. No apparent loss of power anyway.
A couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to drive a regular Vantage, and I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed. It just didn't feel the same as this. It wasn't quite as nice to drive. Sure, it was fast, very comfortable, but it was just missing something. I think this car makes up for all of that.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I drove a DB7 quite a while back, and yeah, same thing, you know, it was comfortable, it looked good, the styling's always been great, but it always lacked something, just some personality and some character, and this makes up for it and more. I would love to find something I don't like about this car, but I really don't think I can. Like, between the color and the styling, the performance, the braking, the handling, like, I mean, it's all just spectacular.
And like, a lot of these cars are almost like they can put you to sleep, but this one doesn't.
No.
You know, it catches your eye,
Yep.
and it performs just as well as it looks, and
Yep.
it drives just as well as it looks.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really let you down in any way, at least that we've found, just driving it for, I mean, half an hour.
Yeah.
We've had it out for a very short period of time, just to try it, but it hits all the marks for me. I think I would comfortably, if I could afford it, own one.
This is definitely worth every penny, at least, you know, again, from the short time that we've been able to drive it. Can't speak to reliability or servicing costs or anything like that.
The nice thing is that if you want to drive this car on a regular basis, you can join the Rota lifestyle through their membership program, and you don't have to worry about that. They take care of all of that. It needs tires. You're not paying that out of pocket. That's something as part of the membership. So I think it's great value in this car and the membership.
Again, if you are interested, check out the link in the description, and big thanks again to Rota Exclusive for letting us check this one out today.
If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, take a look at Rota, see what they have to offer as well, and see you in the next one.